Hi, Panda here. Recently we got to play the open beta for XDefiant. So XDefiant is Ubisoft's up-and-coming free-to-play first-person shooter, sort of team-based. So you can play as different classes with different weapons, but the classes here, or teams, well, they're more like classes. Obviously you can have a mix and match of these classes in the same team, but they are what I call from different games, so they feel a bit like teams. So basically you can play as like the cleaners from The Division or DedSec from Watch Dogs 2. So these different characters all have different special ability, but all the characters can use whichever weapons they want. It's just limited to their appearance and the special ability. So the special ability is a bit like in games like Overwatch or Paladins, where each character can have a different ability. So some of the abilities is like, as DedSec you can send out like a little robot, or the cleaners, the one cleaner has like this huge flamethrower, and there's a bunch of different ones for each character. Echelon, third echelon from Splinter Cell, you can go like invisible until you start shooting someone. So you really just kind of have to find a type of character and ability that suits you. Otherwise it plays as like a standard first person shooter. What I like here is the speed. It feels really good and it is fast. Personally, I think it might be a little bit faster than Call of Duty, and overall I like the feel of the game. So obviously it's split into lots of factions. It controls really well. Besides just being fast paced, I found the controls really easy to use. I didn't have to edit or alter the controls at all, which some first person shooters I found to be too sensitive or not sensitive enough and you end up having to tweak it. This obviously is personal preference and you might have to go in and change it. Now the maps are all based from different games that Ubisoft made and not just Tom Clancy ones. Like I said before, this has got a mixture of ones. Even Far Cry is included here, but there's The Division, Ghost Recon, Watch Dogs, etc. Splinter Cell. And I'd be curious to see which ones they add in the future. I don't think they'll go Assassin's Creed route, but you never know. It's already gone for a mixture. Originally when I first saw this game and heard about having it different characters from different games, I was expecting to be like just Tom Clancy, but being they've added some stuff from Watch Dogs and Far Cry, anything could happen really. There's a good selection of different types of weapons. The usual stuff here: assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, etc. You can edit everything. Anyone who's played a Tom Clancy Ubisoft game will probably know how much you can alter and edit guns and add gun skins and that. I didn't see anything for gun charms, but I bet they will put some in. It's visually interesting. I like the settings. Like 1 minute you can be playing in a snowy New York, or you could be running around the Noodle headquarters from Watch Dogs 2 actually, sorry. So it's interesting, but I thought personally it just looks a little bit flat in parts. It's really hard to explain, but it doesn't quite feel alive as some other games. There's something about it. It's really hard to describe, but it just seems a little bit flat. But they could work on that, but it does run really smoothly. I didn't have any issues with it, and I was playing on the Xbox Series X version. There's some interesting specials, but I felt like some of the specials the characters could use and the alternative like extra like hand weapon, like the little robot or a special type of healing grenade, I felt like some were stronger or just better than others, but this could be personal preference. If you played something like Overwatch, you'll find yourself heading towards certain characters more than others. Like I said, personal preference. Are you someone who likes playing a medic? Or do you like going assault? Or do you like being stealthy? The modes here are a good selection of modes, but use general stuff like escort, the payload, or domination, take over certain points, or king of the hill, you take over 1 point and you move. There was one that was a bit like the kill streak one in Call of Duty, where you like kill someone, you've got to collect the token. But what I did like, you can go into the options, press custom playlist, and actually choose which of the modes you want, and then it'll put it into like a rotation for you. So like, I was getting a little bit fed up having the escort missions come up when I just did normal quick play, so I took that out of the playlist and stuck to the stuff like domination and the king of the hill type modes, like control points and those type of things, because those are my favourite personally. Overall, I felt it was really good. I'm looking forward to action when it comes out. I'll be curious to see how good the outfits are in the battle pass, because obviously this is a free to play game. It will have its like battle pass, I'm guessing maybe the usual every 3 months. I'm hit and miss with battle passes. I like them in third person games like Fortnite because I can see the characters. I really don't buy battle passes for first person games, because some people are like, oh yeah, you buy it because it's like when you wear clothes you want to show off to other people, but in a game I'm not as fussed about that. I'm like, it'd be interesting if there's different interesting weapon skins and charms maybe, or other visual effects that you're going to see more often, but you don't really see a character besides the selection screen and maybe whatever teams won. So I'm not as fussed because it's a first person, but they might add something interesting. But flicking through few different games, sometimes like when Call of Duty or Battlefield, I found like the Battle Pass outfits aren't very interesting and I wouldn't really want it. They haven't said yet, or I've not seen, if the other factions or teams from like different games going to be free, or if you're going to pay for it. If in the open beta, if you earn so much experience or something, or got to a certain level, you're going to get the DedSec faction straight away when you get the game, when it comes out. So maybe they are lock-ins in between, so maybe that'll be something you'd be like, oh, I really want to play the characters from Far Cry 3 or Tom Clancy's Future Soldier. I think they're in there already. Or Breakpoint or Wildlands or Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, if you want one of those characters or that type of faction, maybe there'll be a lock behind the Battle Pass. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Obviously, they're going to do the thing what most modern games do now. New maps are going to be free. I still find it funny the days where you bought map packs. It really separated the population of the game, so at least they're avoiding that. And I think that's about it. Like you can see from the gameplay here, definitely a mixture of characters and environments, and I had a good time, had a blast, and this is actually one I'm looking forward to playing and downloading as soon as it comes out, so hopefully not too long. So keep an eye on the XDefiant Twitter page or Ubisoft's blog, news announcements to see when they announce coming out, because I'm not sure yet. I'd expect maybe in a few months, because this seemed really polished. And this open beta I literally just played the other weekend, so there you go. Thank you for watching, and thank you to our Twitch subscribers and patrons and everyone else who's donated on Ko-fi. If you'd like to help support the channel, donate over there. We really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.